Welcome everyone. And isn't that video just the perfect thing for a Pisces new moon with with the light coming in over the water and all that energy? I am so very excited that we are all going to be here today because there are so many things that we can utilize this intention setting for as we're moving forward. We have a lot of amazing things that we can connect with each other. So this is part of us being a part of a community. And also, I am going to tell people that you can actually watch this video again, probably on Friday. I'm going to do it with a glass of wine and to further have my intentions going forward, because we have the extra boost of energy of the Aries equinox within 48 hours of this new moon. So you have this extra power that's coming in with, so I'm actually going to show both of those things tonight. I'm going to show the new moon, what the chart is, and then I'm going to show you what the new moon for the first day of the Aries equinox is. So I'm very excited about that. What I'm going to do, though, is do a quick introduction so everybody can wait. So we have tonight with us Sari and Wendy and Jack barking and Morgan and Michelle, Ruby, and our special guest tonight is Betsy, who is actually going to be doing a channeled message. So I'm very excited by that. So let me go ahead. I'm going to turn it over to Ruby so she can do a clearing for all of us. So go ahead, Ruby.
All right. Thanks so much, Dawn. So the new moon in Pisces invites us into a deeply intuitive and spiritual space where the boundaries between the physical and the energetic soften. This is a powerful time for emotional release, forgiveness, and surrender, allowing us to dissolve what no longer serves us and reconnect with our higher self. Pisces energy encourages compassion, creativity, and trust in the unseen, making this an ideal moment to set intentions aligned with our soul's purpose, healing, and inner peace. So let's begin by taking a slow, gentle breath in and exhale softly. Allow your body to relax and your shoulders soften, your jaw to release. And you feel yourself becoming present in this moment. Now imagine a soft, shimmering light above you. It's a luminous, ocean-like energy flowing from the cosmos. This is the energy of the Pisces new moon. Gentle, intuitive, and deeply healing. So let's allow this light to begin pouring down through the crown of your head, moving slowly through your body, washing through your mind and your heart, your entire being. As this light flows through you, it begins to dissolve everything heavy. Any emotional residue, any sadness, confusion, or fear. Just let it wash away gently, like waves returning to the sea. Take another deep breath. Now let's bring your awareness to your heart center. Imagine a soft glow expanding within your heart. A space of compassion, forgiveness, and peace. Allow yourself to release anything that you've been holding on to. Any expectations or attachments, and any stories that no longer serve your highest good. Silently or aloud, repeat. I release what no longer aligns with my soul. I surrender control and divine flow of my life. I open my heart to healing, compassion, and peace. I allow my intuition to guide me forward. Now, within this peaceful space, begin to set your intention. What does your soul truly desire? What energy do you wish to call into your life? See these intentions as soft lights forming in your heart, glowing brighter with each breath. Allow the Pisces energy to carry these intentions into the universe, trusting they are received, supported, and already in motion. Take one final deep breath, feeling yourself grounded, centered, and aligned. When you're ready, gently return your awareness to the present moment, carrying this sense of peace and trust within you. And so it is. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to the lovely Betsy, who's going to do a channeling for us tonight.
Ruby, thank you so much. That was just awesome. That was amazing. When we channel, I say we because I'm sure there's many of us in this group that do channel. We give ourselves a moment to set up, to relax, and have the coherence between the heart and the head and the brain. And I went boom, right in with that. Thank you. I get to channel, and when I do, I like to invite in the highest, best, most loving, and easiest channeling guides. And if you would like to channel, always qualify who you want to bring in. It's up to you. You are at the wheel. Okay? And they always clear my throat. I would like to invite at this time the highest, best, most loving, and easiest channeling guides to bring forth a message of love and guidance, healing, and laughter to everyone who is in this group, listening now or listening later. And I include in this invitation Orion and the angels. Thank you so much. Hello, beloved friends. Know indeed that this is Archangel Michael speaking to you this day, and I wish you well. I'm very excited for so many of you as you are now embarking upon a grand journey of spiritual enlightenment. This event that is coming, which our beloved Dawn will share about, is an awakening moment. Use it wisely for your own good. We say unto you that one of the most important and one of the most asked questions that comes unto us, and we love to talk to you, ask us anything. One of those questions that is most asked is, what is my soul's purpose? And how do I find it? And how do I attain it? Well, we say to you, beloved beings of light, that you are already on your path and in alignment. You might get tempted to go left or right, but you will not be swayed if you follow your heart and your passion. Allow yourself thus to nourish your heart. Do not diminish it, nor diminish your daydreams. Allow yourself to develop your own intuition and your own heart space by feeling it daily with reverence and gratitude. Go therefore into your heart and say hello. Remember that your body, your vehicle, is mostly water, and that as you think good thoughts, happy thoughts, loving thoughts, the water can crystallize into beautiful patterns. Likewise, if you are afraid, hateful, want revenge, those crystals can form into what we might simply say ugly patterns, and it does your body no good at all. What you send out, you get back one way or another. So we remind you to nourish your heart, and in so doing, you nourish your whole physical body and you nourish your spiritual body. You will align more with your intuition, and you will align more with your passion. As you love your heart, you will love yourself. And as you love yourself, you will begin to recognize what makes you happy. That is your roadmap. Follow the breadcrumbs. You may take a shortcut and you may take a long, enjoyable journey. Either way, you are on your way to discover your soul's purpose. Do what makes you happy. Next, we say, don't expect everything to unfold at once. It usually will open for you one door at a time, and that door will lead to another. Remember the term lighthouse, for there is a soft light shining upon you, guiding you, leading you. But it may not be the entire sun. It may be one step at a time, so that you can learn to listen, trust, and act on your higher intuition. And when you do that, you are aligning with us, your angels of love and light, and you are aligning with your higher purpose. Follow your passion, follow your joy, and you will find that you are on the road to recovery and to be in alignment with your higher self to fulfill your soul's destiny in this incarnation. And so it is, as we say, we love to talk to you. Call upon us anytime. We are with you and we love you. We have faith in you. Have faith in yourself and enjoy your journey. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And now I get to pass it on to Dawn.
You're muted, Dawn. So close.
So close. So close. I was like thinking of Archangel Michael because and the way that came through in that message, because Pisces is very about the spiritual connection. And one of the things that caught my attention was talking about finding your bliss and following your bliss. And that's very much the energy of Pisces and this new moon energy. Pisces is about imagination, inner happiness, trusting your mystical awareness, and spiritual healing, compassion, and releasing that helplessness feeling. So it's also about having faith in your own self as you're moving forward with all this energy. So I really, really think that Archangel Michael was really guiding us for what we're going to be going forward to in the month of April. I am going to bring up the astrology. Let me bring this in, and I will go and make it a little bit bigger because it's kind of small. We are actually at 28 degrees of Pisces. As you can see here, this 28-degree Pisces new moon. And what is important to note here is that we've had 28-degree new moons since the Libra season. So everything on the bottom half here, we had the Aquarius eclipse. We had the Capricorn 28 degrees new moon, Sag 28 degrees new moon, Scorpio 28 degrees new moon, Libra 28 degrees new moon. And directly across from this energy of Pisces, we had a 29-degree eclipse in Virgo 6 months ago. So I think that how I look at this particular energy is us getting a little extra boost from the universe, with it not being in particular, an eclipse that happens, which is kind of really unknown energy. But this has been a building all along since the time that we had the eclipse in Virgo. Because basically, if you have anything in the late degrees of anywhere, you have been really brought into this energy by those 28 degrees. I mean, all through here. And if it's not here as a conjunction, it was there as an opposition or a trine energy. So it really is, or a square energy, which requires action. So all of that energy moving forward. And today, and actually it's in about, half an hour, we have this is going to actually perfect. We have Mercury and the North Node together. Now, the other thing that we're going to be doing is bringing in the energy of the equinox, because on the equinox, we have Mercury actually stationing. The North Node in Mercury in Pisces is about us getting downloads, what our purpose may be, what we may want to move forward in the world. And the nice thing is, because we're looking at the Aries equinox always is like a 3-month predictor of energy, that we have time in order to really get that information into ourselves and utilize it for what's coming forward. We do have, we have Hekate and Cheriklo also here in the chart. But the other thing I want to point out is Pisces' traditional ruler is Jupiter. And Jupiter is now direct. Jupiter is in the lovely sign of Cancer at 15 degrees. And as a matter of fact, today, Venus and Jupiter are square each other. The two benefics are here to work together. Masculine and feminine energy here to work together, square energy. And I think that is something that we can work with in the chart. And Jupiter being the traditional ruler of this energy, and it's now moving direct, now the promise of Jupiter is going to open up a lot more for us, because it will trine all of this energy moving forward. So it's really right now, it's at 15 degrees. And it's been stationing, so it's extra, extra strong. So this is the energy of today. This is also 15 degrees here. So as you can tell, we have very strong energy. And I did want to go to the, let me just change this, to the Virgo, to the Aries. I'm sorry, I can't even think. Mercury is still retrograde, which is why sometimes I cannot think. And I'm going to stick with that story because, you know, here we go. I have 1,000 people. All right, yes. Here we are, March 20th. Okay. This is the equinox energy. You see that, you guys, I just want to double check that you guys can see the same thing I'm seeing. Yes, good. We have the sun at 0 degrees of Aries. This is going to happen at 10 o'clock, roughly Eastern time in the morning on Friday. I did do a video just about this particular day. It's International Astrology Day. And what is really important about this is that this energy of this 0 degrees was where Neptune and Saturn met. It is the energy of dreaming and then making our dreams come true. So we have this energy of the sun being at that degree and reactivating what's going to be coming in for us. And at this point, this is the degree that Mercury stations retrograde. It has that little R there, but it actually is at the same degree it stations direct. So technically, at any second is going to be considered direct, but it's at that same degree. So it is power right then and there. It's on the North Node, where we are headed, where we want to be going. And this energy is what we get to take advantage of for the next 3 months until we have the summer solstice. So really feel into what you want to be creating in your life, because the universe is going to give us a little help later on in Aries season. I believe it's the 17th of April. We do have the new moon in Aries, but there's going to be 7 planets in Aries, and there's going to be a lot of chaos. And my personal opinion is that this is going to help clear out things get us into unstuck energy, and start us moving forward with things that we never would have started or anticipated. So this is a perfect time for us to set intentions using this energy of the 28-degree Pisces new moon that is within 3 degrees of the sun. And we can meld that energy together. So we have the dreaming, we have the spiritual connection, and then we're going to turn it over into making things happen with Saturn in that sign and all of this other energy, plus the healing energy that we're going to be getting as we move further into Aries. So there is going to be, and I always try and give you a forewarning, there is going to be very strong, generally chaotic energy that's going to be happening in April. But this new moon and this Aries equinox is telling us we need to be the observers then. We need to be on that higher spiritual level and set the intentions to do that, and set the intentions for bigger things. Because usually when there's things that are being broken down, that's when the opportunities that we couldn't even have imagined open up for us. So I wanted to give you this information today just as a way for you to really sink into the energy of what's going on in the charts, and the fact that we can meld the energy together with this Pisces new moon and Aries equinox, because we really don't get this happening very often. And the fact that this has been going on for 6 months is really amazing, that we're going to be really capable of this culmination of all of the energy that we've had. And it's in a trine to my sun, so I'm really excited that I can really work with this energy on a personal level. And all of us really can, because the universe has kind of set that up for us to do it this way. And that little extra little gifty of the spiritualness and the putting into practical work and starting on a new beginning. So that is really, really exciting for me and for everyone else. And we'll be going ahead and starting that we'll do our ceremony later. But I really think we're going to continue the messages that we're all having with each other. So I'm going to turn it over to Sari, who's going to start us with reading reading cards for the collective.
All right. Hello, everyone. And we are pulling cards. That's Dawn. Dawn, you video bombed me. We're doing some cards for the intention setting for the new moon in Pisces. And I actually started with the Moonology deck. And lo and behold, I'm attuned to the energy because I pulled the new moon in Pisces, and it's attuned to the divine. And Dawn's already gone through it. She's done an amazing job. So I'm going to use another card. And so I thought, if we're really connecting to the divine, we're setting our intentions, what energy might be manifesting? And I pulled this from the Soul's Journey Oracle, just got it today or yesterday. And I pulled soulmate. So for those of you who are longing to manifest a soulmate, maybe on a higher octave or perspective and timeline, more a multidimensional relationship, this is your time to set the intention to bring that in. So that's one of the energies that is out there now. So it's a message for someone, and hopefully that resonates for the collective. And I will turn it over to Michelle.
Perfect. Thank you, Sari. So kind of like Sari, I also used my moon deck. So I used the moon deck guidebook, and the card that I pulled for the collective under this new moon actually is the full moon. So it's the complete opposite of Sari's card, which is basically like the opposite cycle of the new moon. So when you set all of the intentions we're speaking of in this beautiful new moon in Pisces energy, they come to fruition when the cycle of the full moon comes and brings in all your intentions. So I thought that's a beautiful card for what we're creating at this point to come in to its fruition during the full moon. And the message on the card says, I am ready. Thank you. And you can see this woman taking really just like a leap of faith. She's just letting go, just letting go and trusting in the universe and to have her back with what she's trying to create, which is what, you know, Dawn was just talking about, this creation period. I apologize for my strained voice. I think I'm losing my voice a little today, so I apologize for that. And the further message of that card says, when we're ready to spread our wings and fly, feeling gratitude for all that guided us to this moment, will help welcome more support for the next journey. You're more ready than ever to take that leap and embrace expansion. It's the card of expansion. You've worked hard to arrive here and are prepared to receive the ripe fruits of your efforts. Doors are opening with promising, well-timed opportunities. Walk into this new chapter with immense gratitude. It will fill each moment with more joy and beauty. If uncomfortable sensations arise, know that this is a natural part of the process as you move into an evolved version of yourself and your offering to the world, which is just what we were talking about. What do you want to create? Putting that out there. This is an auspicious and magnetic time, and you have guidance all around you. Be open and soar with all that you are. So I just thought that was beautiful, and, you know, all about expanding and moving into that next chapter, setting your intentions and allowing, just, you know, having grace and knowing and, you know, just letting go and being free and let them come. Let those intentions create and see where that leads you. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Morgan.
Thanks so much, Michelle. Okay, so the card that came out was this lightning card, and I was just intrigued by that because it kind of looks like the Tower card, and it says power on it. And these are from the Earth Magic, and this is the Stephen Farmer by Stephen Farmer. Okay, so it says power. We see power all around us. It's in the mountains, meadows, and clouds. In fact, in every expression of nature, yet there isn't a more dramatic display of nature's power than lightning. It electrifies and splits the atmosphere such that when the heated air comes rushing together, we hear thunder. The applause of the gods. Lightning sharpens our senses and triggers fear and awe. We see these forked beams of brilliant light jump from the sky, and our instinctual vigilance is triggered in anticipation of the roar that follows. We naturally seek shelter from the storm or are grateful that we are already being sheltered. This demonstration of the power of creation is yet another way to remind us that we are not in control of the natural world. When we witness nature's power with open hearts and minds, we see that it is neither destructive nor constructive. It simply is. The power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good nor bad. It is how you utilize it that will determine whether it is ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decisions or actions. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. From there, you can continue to access the divine power that is the very force driving the universe. So, and I was so curious because I thought this was the Tower. So I pulled another card from the tarot deck and I got the Fool card. And look at this Fool, right? And so the message that came out was they were saying it's important right now to call back your power. So we're tapping into this energy, and it's very important to pull back our power, because they said that the energy vampires are going to be out. Okay. And I also heard sit back and enjoy the show, but don't act a fool. So I hope that helps. And with that, I am going to pass it on to Wendy.
Thank you, Morgan. I like that you'll see that kind of segues right into the card that I pulled from Alice in Wonderland. I got shine bright like a candle. You will make it through this. Okay, this is a 36 card. So reducing to 9, that's end of cycles. Actually thinking about starting a new cycle, right? So, and that I feel is kind of where a lot of this energy is at, where we're on the precipice of kind of starting kind of a new path, something new coming in, right? And it says, you have a bright and glorious light within you that will shine through all the changes in your life, through every opportunity and perfect decision. It will shine despite the mistakes and hurts you may experience. The brightness within you is eternal and cannot be put out so easily. So despite the times when you fear that darkness lies ahead, know that the guiding light you seek is inside of you. When you receive this card, know that no matter how difficult or strange things seem to be, and no matter how much of your life is altering, that you are a bright and shining soul, and you will continue to shine for a long time to come. I also love that the artistry here, and showing that she's got this palette, and you've got like, you know, almost like the Van Gogh Starry Night kind of in the background, right? There are so many things in life to be inspired from. There are so many different ways for us to express ourselves. You know, there's art in everything, you know, that especially what life is art and art is life, right? So there are so many different things that you can draw from and also share. And I think it's really important to have that balance. So what you have going out is also going to come in and vice versa. So love this continual message coming through. I'm going to go ahead and pass on to Ron. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. That was a great card. And I have to say how much I really loved Dawn's astrology reading. I finally heard that divine feminine and divine male are going to work together. I am so thrilled about that. And Shri loved your card as well. So I pulled one from the Cosmic Oracle, and this card fits exactly with Shri and everybody in that the card is unconditional love. All right. And so the ultimate lesson all of us have to learn is unconditional love, which includes not only others, but ourselves as well. You have a choice between two doors, unconditional love and conditional love. Unconditional love is love without judgment, conditions, expectations, or demands. It is love that stems from the heart space and is comprised completely of pure love, forgiveness, and compassion. To have unconditional love is to first love yourself entirely. When you can completely love yourself with all your imperfections, you will have a greater love and compassion towards others. And the affirmation is, I love all facets of myself and send any hurt or wounds within me love and compassion. So a great card for a great time of the year. And I get to pass it on to Dawn. And you're on mute.
Those that are new know that this is sometimes what happens to me. I am very technologically challenged. So I do want to say that I've been getting messages myself that the divine masculine and divine feminine are actually finding each other a lot more now. And one of the things that came out to me about that was something I'll show you in just a moment. But right now, I want to remind everyone that part of setting intentions is that we are going to be writing what our intentions are going to be, and I will give you ideas to what those are. So make sure you have, at the very least, something to write on, preferably something nice, because we're going to keep it. Oh, full moons we burn, this we keep. And if you have a candle that you want to light, please feel free to utilize the lighting of the candle always as a symbol of a starting and an ending of a ritual. So I'm trying to, those are just the two things that I always want to incorporate. And if you don't have a candle or a matches to hand, then, or you can't light anything in your particular situation, because we're all part of this quantum energy of field of where we are right now, this is something that we can do for you. But I always believe that you should write your intentions in your own hand. And there's something about that kinetic connection of yourself writing something with your hand onto the paper, I think is very important. So this should have given you a little bit of time to run and get something to write on and something to write with. And I want to just remind everybody that this Pisces energy that we've been having coming through is exactly these things of being compassionate. And Pisces is also about forgiveness. But we have to remember that it's opposite Virgo, which is, I think, one of the cards I had read recently, which I really, really loved. I think it was from Misty that I read the card for, that you can have forgiveness, but there is accountability for that person. So I always think of it as, if there's a problem in your life that you can't fix, it's a Sedna problem. And what did Sedna do? She decided, I can't fix this. I'm going to do something completely different. So I think that's the energy of, if there's a situation for yourself that you find it hard to forgive someone else, think of it as a Sedna problem and just move on from it. You don't have to deal with it. And if it's something that you have to learn the lesson from, you can learn the lesson. But you don't have to be responsible for the outcome anymore. So that's one of the things I wanted to mention about Pisces. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about what you may want to write down before we actually get into the ritual. And I think one of the things that we talked about was, you could also include, because I like to get all of the elements involved in things. So I recommend that people use crystals. And number one, it's something that you can take with you if it's on the smaller side. And it's something that you can also, but it's also something that, now I lost my train of thought, which is Mercury retrograde. I have been having horrible problems with that lately. But it's something that you can take with you when you're going somewhere. And if you get energy from it, one of the things I recommend more than anything, as all around perfect thing to use, is amethyst. It's protective. It's for being able to manifest. It's very clearing. So it's almost this perfect combination of all the energies, and it's really, really easy to come by. So that's one of the things that you can utilize. Also, if you're looking for things that are protective of energy for yourself as you're going out into all the energy of people running amok and the chaos of things and people doing things without thinking, that's going to be very Aries energy next month. I suggest putting a bubble of protection around yourself. It's very helpful if you have a protective stone. Amethyst will work for that. But things like, this is a bigger piece that I have in my home. This is labradorite. It's beautiful because I can see the earth in it. So that's one of the reasons I fell in love with this particular piece. Or something that speaks to you, that jade or any other stone, and basically any black stone is also considered pretty protective. But you can use things like aventurine, jade, as you get out in that energy out there, because sometimes you can walk into a grocery store and their people are just angry and you can get like, why am I feeling so jittery? Because you're out in that atmosphere, and many of you, if not all of you, are empaths, and you do get affected by that energy. So I wanted you to understand what that was going forward. So the other part of this Pisces energy, and I will tell you kind of what I wrote, but it's this energy of imagination. And we do not ask for enough. We ask for the bare minimum. And it's like, no, the universe is saying, no, you can ask for whatever you want and don't set limits on yourself. That is this energy of Pisces. And the really cool thing is that you have Neptune, is the modern day ruler, in Aries, and Mars, the modern day ruler of Aries, in Pisces. So they're in mutual reception. You can actually work very well with that energy of dreaming and doing, and dreaming and having, and making real this reality. So I will tell you some of the things I wrote down, and I hope that you've started to write some of these things yourself, is I want to easily embrace chaos in a way that leads to peace of mind and serenity. And this is why I really loved Morgan's cards. It's like, sit back and watch the show, because that's going to be very much that energy. And also don't get caught up in it as we're moving forward into this energy. So that is one of the things that's like, okay, I'm going to embrace the chaos. I have right now the South Node on my Pluto. I know in my astrology, I've got a couple weeks worth of surprises at least coming for me, if not, through the end of April. I know that there's plenty that's going to be surprising energy coming in. And I have to be open to the fact that this is meant to move me out of my stuck energy. And so I anticipate things like moving and other things going on in my life. So realize that there's going to be big changes, because what's going to be happening in April is something that they've been predicting for years and years ahead of time, that we don't know exactly what it is, but it's going to be a big, big change in the world, even like we went through with COVID. Not necessarily that it's a bad change, but it's a big change. And some people aren't going to, they don't handle change well. Let's just put it that way. Some people don't handle change well. So you need to just not be in that energy and just be more the observer, because it's like, where are you going to get your synchronicities and clues of what's going on in your world? The other thing I wrote down is I want to consciously experience loving energy and ecstasy of pleasure. We don't appreciate the little things every day that we get as a bonus, like smelling roses, something simple like that. Or we had a lot of snow come here. We had like 12 inches, and now it's like all melting, but there's a certain freshness in the air. And of course, everything's starting to drip and it's melting, but there's this new energy of everything. So I think that we are really not appreciating the little things that bring us joy, that we should, oh, the universe is giving me this, thank you. And the universe likes to be thanked. It's like, if you show appreciation for the things that you're getting and notice the good things, you get more good things, right? It's manifestation 101. Oh, that's a great thing that happened. Thank you. Love it. I can't wait to see what you bring me next. That kind of energy is manifestation energy, right? So this one I love, especially for our spiritual group. I want to easily attract, recognize those people who aren't on a spiritual path that is similar to my own. And that includes both me teaching and me learning. When you are on a path of like-minded people, and we are all going to be drawn more and more to those people. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to be drawn more and more to those people. And then that's where we end up finding our soulmates, because this is what Hekate had me pick up today, were two keys together, as you'll see. And that is part of the Hekate new moon energy. And another fascinating thing is we do have two healers that are Chiron and Cheroklo, that are divine couple that will be in sextile energy, currently sextile now. So that's 60 degrees apart, meaning that they're there to help each other. So not only do we have Jupiter and Venus in a square to actively get things going, we also have the healers that are the divine healers that are working together. And I think that is some of the energy that we're going to be getting more, because Cheriklo and Chiron are slow moving and will be perfecting for the next couple years together. So to me, this is that path of moving forward, of you're finding your divine counterpart. And I don't think it necessarily happens in the next month. You can maybe have already started on that journey, but I think the rest of us we're finding our tribe. And then if we're meant to find that other person that we have a job to do with, then we do that. That's part of the spiritual energy that I think Pisces is bringing forward. So that is one of the things that I want to do is we are in this community. We are all learning from each other, and we can teach each other things. So to me, I'm so thankful that I learn from, there's a lot of people that are making comments that I've talked to personally, that have taken classes, and every time I do something, I learn something from somebody else. So that's beautiful energy. I want to easily, this is my next one, I want to easily and actively channel healing and spiritual power as I walk through daily life. Okay, there's a couple ways I've learned how to do this. When I was actively teaching Zumba Gold, I would actively channel sometimes an instantaneous change in choreography. Like, oh, what they're doing right now, they look like they're struggling with that. So I'm just automatically going to do something that's just a little bit easier for them, and then they're going to have more fun. And it's like you don't even realize that you're channeling, but you just get a better idea that works all of a sudden. That's channeling. But part of it, walking with that daily energy, and this is one of the things I love to do. I go to like Quick Trip, which is a little local gas station kind of grocery store thing that we have here in town, and which is basically gossip central, if you live in a small town. And one of the things that that does is it gives you an opportunity. I walk in there and I'm just like, I'm having a great time. You've never seen somebody so happy to buy eggs, right? So I see people, I smile at people. I say thank you when someone opens the door for me. I hold the door for somebody else. That's walking in your power every day. And that's what you can do with this energy of Pisces, is that you can make things so much stronger. So very, very strong coming in. And it's like you don't even realize that you have that power, but you do. And just smiling at someone and saying hi as you're walking by on the street. And sometimes that's the simplest thing. So you have more power than you realize. And when creating, I want to easily be receptive to the support and influence of source, which is very much what we had Betsy talking about, is like, what can you get inspired by? They say sometimes that things get invented at the same time because it's out there in the zeitgeist, and it's just a matter of who gets to the patent office first, is who gets the money. So that is that energy also of things going forward, of you can get ideas in that work for you, for your greatest and highest good. And that's that source coming in for you. So those are some of the things that I have written down. And you can also utilize allowing yourself to make time for meditation and all of those other energies. So those are the things that we can kind of bring in, and maybe use the energy of the Virgo, making a ritual out of it, because that sets, it's like it's telling the universe you think it's important. Basically, that's how I look at it. When you do a little ritual, like, there's baseball players that always touch a certain spot or make, the sign of the cross before they step out onto the field. And that's their ritual. And that's important to them. It brings them into the right mental space. So those are the things that you can utilize in the energy of Pisces. So I just wanted to bring that out as some of the things that I had written down. I am going to actually be adding to those things, because I want to then do things that are more physically oriented for the Aries part of that energy. And I will do that on Friday. So I will just call in that energy for this. What I want to do is we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm so excited. We are going to go ahead and get started with this ritual. And we always start by lighting a candle. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. This is the candle that I've chose. And we are going to be bringing in that energy. My intention is also not to start a fire with all my little bits of paper that I have all around me. Okay, here we go. So we ask Archangel Michael to guide us and protect us with this energy moving forward. And also Archangel Raphael for the healing. Archangel Sandalphon for music and artistry. And Archangel Uriel, which is all that unexpected energy of what's been going on out in the world. Now, as part of what I like to do about bringing in all the elements, I came across these two bells, which is like the theme of masculine and feminine energy. So I'm going to ring these as a symbol of the vibrational energy of air. And to clear that space. So we have the fire of the candle. And I also am using my little heart-shaped amethyst energy that I'm going to be using when I'm actually pouring my intentions into what I've already written. So hopefully you've been writing things all along. So this is what I would consider the earth element. That's why I do like crystals and utilizing that energy. And I did do something special with water. This is actually, I would call crystal infused water. There's a blank spot down here in the bottom where you put whatever crystals that you want, but you can do this with the jar of water and set crystals near it and set the intention, or you can make moon water, which I'll have to ask somebody how to, I've heard it's simple. I haven't done it, but I do utilize this. So I'm going to actually symbolically, and actually not so symbolically, drink in that energy. And this particular one has citrine in the bottom. And that is very energetic energy moving forward. So now we have all of the elements that we are utilizing for this intention setting. And I want you to take what you've been writing on. And this happens to be this. I chose this card. This is one of the cards that I got from Suri. And I chose the symbolism of this because you have the water, but you have the sky. And they're kind of blended together very much in the way that Pisces is not always clear what is the sky and what is the water. So to me, it's a very blended energy of a mixture of things that you're not quite sure of it. That's kind of Pisces energy too. It always has to be mysterious and that strong water, powerful energy as we're moving forward. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it. And you need to place it against your heart. And I'm going to have the additional thing of, I actually want to add Hecate's keys in with this. So I'm going to use the keys because I'm actually planning on setting intentions for everyone that is looking for their soulmate out there, because I feel like this is a strong thing that's been coming in very much lately. And beautiful heart-shaped amethyst. So I'm going to utilize all those things into my heart chakra energy. Now, what I want you to do, and Wendy, I'll ask you to bring up the picture that we had earlier during the meditation. So you're not always just looking at me. It's far more interesting to look at that. And I want you to close your eyes because we're going to be taking a little bit of a journey as we move forward. Close your eyes and picture a beautiful beach. You see the calmness of the water. You see the stars that are so bright in the sky. There is beautiful energy here. It is peaceful energy. We are going to walk along this beach as we walk towards our sacred fire that's off in the distance. And we see other people approaching the fire. and we are enjoying this beautiful evening. It is peaceful. It is quiet. The stars in the night are clear. We have come to the circle of the fire. We greet friends, those that we've known for a long time and have great trust in, and those that are new who look unsure. We welcome them in. There is space for all here. We think about what we want to manifest in. We're turning and facing the fire and seeing it crackle and smelling the smoke. And we are there in that moment. What we want is to pour the energy from our heart chakra into what is in our intention setting. And we are going to think of the happiness. That's part of the beauty of Pisces, is the ecstasy part of Pisces, is that feeling of sublime happiness. And that is a Pisces thing. How am I going to feel when I get exactly what I want for my intention? I'm going to feel happy and joyful and wanting to share my good news. And I can see others who are my friends and family so excited for me. They are congratulating me on achieving this perfect thing that I have requested, that is going to make a big difference in my life. With everything that is going on, I have achieved a great thing. Keep the energy of the quantum that it has already happened, that you've already received the congratulations of other people that you care about and who care about you, people who can be happy for you. And that is the quantum sharing that we all share together. Now, I want you to visualize everyone in the circle, all around us. And I want you to send energy to their intentions, because we are powerful together. The intentions that we are making, the intentions that other people are making, we can give power to. We can be happy for them. We can push forward their dream. We can help it in any way we can. Sharing our dreams and happiness is a gift that everyone gets. Pour the energy of happiness into your intentions, that you can accomplish anything, that nothing is beyond your reach. And what I want you to do is mentally join together and send up the energy of your intentions with everyone else's, and send that intention into the fire to let the fire purify what your intentions are as it sends it up through the sky and up into the stars. Anything is possible. Now I want you to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to do this together. Slowly take a deep breath in, hold the breath, and then slowly release it out. Take in a deep breath again, full of light. Hold that energy. hold your breath. Feel it in your heart chakra. And then slowly release that breath out into the world. And our final breath, breathing in the light, holding that energy, holding that intention, feeling in the heart chakra, and then slowly releasing it out. And now I want you to slowly start to move your fingers and your toes and slowly come back into your own energy. And we are going to take the paper that we have. You can go ahead and take down our little beautiful picture of that energy. And this, I would say, is something that you need to keep. And I would suggest that you put it underneath a crystal as a symbol. So that energy is something that you can remember later on. So this is the energy of intention setting, and you can make it as easy or as complicated as you want. And when we have this quantum energy, anybody that watches this video anytime, you don't have to be with us live. I actually had set the intention to bring in the Aries equinox energy. So we get the benefit of both setting the intentions and acting on the intentions with this equinox energy, which is beautiful because Mercury is on the North Node, and you will be getting downloads as to what your job is going to be. And that lasts for the next 3 months, this energy. So what I want you to do is, now that we are finishing up with our ritual, sometimes you can go back through and release those different things. So I'm going to actually ring the sound again. Number one, I am a huge lover of bells. And the fact that, to me, those two came out together, and the fact that we have the keys that came out together, I think that there's a lot of energy of everyone meeting those special people in their lives. So as we close out this energy, we are going to blow out our candle. So I'm going to have my candle come up so that you can see it. And I'm going to thank the archangels for being with us today. We had a special message from Archangel Michael. We had the energy of the other angels regarding creativity and joy and happiness. So with that, let's close out this ritual by blowing out the candle. And we have our little smoke. So if you utilize this energy, and you can do it again, I would suggest you do it again on Friday, so you can come back and watch this video and really feel what you want. And you're going to be with us all together anyway, because this is a quantum thing. Quantum is a real thing. We appreciate your energy, and you're sharing your energy with us, and us getting to share our energy with you. So I will, on behalf of all of us, say thank you very much for joining us this evening. We actually timed it perfectly to get the best of the new moon energy, because I didn't start until like the minute before. And so by the time we set the intention, we were into that energy, and you can always get extra boost of the energy right after the new moon perfects. So thank you very much for joining us. Come see us next Wednesday. Watch the messages that we have coming out this week. And don't forget, Friday, there's a special one because it's International Astrology Day. And really watch some of the messages that have already come out this week, because they are amazing and really say wonderful things about what's going on. So thank you, everyone. We will say good night, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye.